Welcome back to the weekly recap. I'm Matt Wacker. Missourians take to the polls for the primary election on August 7th. This week, we continue our report on the political candidates, speaking with Missouri State Representative Republican Jason Chipman and Democratic challenger Teresa Schmidt. Both are running for the 120th district seat in the Missouri House of Representatives.
I'm finishing up my second term as a state representative in the Missouri House. I was first elected in 2014. I live in Stillville with my wife Elaine and our 4 children, Alexander, Connor, Xavier, and Chloe. I believe that I deserve being reelected to the House because I've done exactly the things that the conservatives in my district wanted me to do. I've passed legislation to help veterans. I have passed legislation to keep government out of private contracts. I have passed legislation to make college more affordable for people with special needs. Fiscal responsibility is something I take it's very important to me. I have returned over $100,000 in savings to the state just the way I run my office.
A couple of things, the most important things facing the citizens of our district are education, ensuring that we have an educated workforce. Right now, employers can't find enough people to fill their positions, enough qualified people. And one of the problems that they're having is finding people that actually want to work, finding people that have the skills to do the jobs that they need fulfilled. And there's a bit of a disconnect between the education system and the employers. We've revamped the community college system to closer identify the skills that are needed to fulfill some of the jobs that are in our state now. You need computer skills, speaking skills, soft skills. And you got to be able to pass a drug test, and that goes to the other part of it, is public safety. One of the things we did this year was pass a law allowing counties to collect taxes on cell phones for 911 service. This will greatly enhance our county, especially in a rural county.
I have voted to make county government more efficient. I have co-sponsored or sponsored legislation to protect and enhance our First and Second Amendment rights. I have voted and co-sponsored legislation to protect the unborn. So my voting record shows a strong, consistent conservatism that transcends party lines, and I'm going to continue that going into the next term.
25 years ago, I chose to live in the Ozarks to raise my family. I have built a home in Cuba. I've had a farm in St. James. I've restored 2 homes in Stillville. I worked as a licensed aircraft mechanic and a production planner for Trans World Express and TWA. I personally have been a domestic trained hotline worker. I'm aboard on the Onondaga Cave, and I have opened my home as a safe place for drug crisis and domestic violent victims. The drug crisis in our community is causing 174 deaths a day in Missouri. The meth and heroin addiction is now a multi-generational problem.
I am personally sponsoring a gentleman. This man is $32,000 in debt to our system. He has no education, no vehicle, no job. This morning he went out and he filled out job applications. He doesn't have the tools to be able to be a successful citizen. I'm helping him. What I want to do is take it to a state level and help every individual, because this isn't a criminal action. These are health issues.
Prescription drug monitoring program has proven to reduce overdoses by 50% in the state of Florida. It was implemented and it is a step in the right direction.
We are losing our funding for county hospitals. We have been stagnant on any type of funding for that area. We must improve that so we don't lose our rural hospitals.
I will vote no on Prop A. Opposing anti-labor laws and supporting unions improves wages and benefits, which helps families keep food on the tables and the utilities on. Fully funding our public schools should be our priority. We need laptops in our schools and affordable internet in our rural homes to give our children a fighting chance to compete in today's advancing world.
I was asked to run for this position. Things have not changed with our current representative, and I will make changes. I will find solutions.
It was a dog day afternoon on July 28th, where both a groundbreaking and check presentation were held at the site of the new Rolla Dog Park. Committee Chairman Kent Bagnall tells us more about the initiative and future plans for the park.
About 3 years ago, I thought that this town needed a dog park. So with the initiative of the folks at Royal Canin, who also had an idea that that would be a good idea, we started looking around the community, and this location was uniquely suited to a dog park. Very close to the interstate, very convenient to folks in the community. There's even a pet wash right behind us here, and this particular park was kind of in need of some of updating anyway, some other updating. So, along with our initiative to raise some funds for a dog park, it spurred the city to put it on the list of putting permanent restrooms, fixing up this pavilion that you see right here, and also upgrading the playgrounds that are in here in this area. Today is kind of the culmination of our first fundraising effort. So we started last fall, and we've raised $30,000 to give to the city, which we will do today, and this will then fund the fencing and some of the equipment and the concrete work here at this dog park and get it open as soon as the fencing can be bid out properly. Beyond that, we're going to continue to raise funds, and we're looking for corporate sponsorship as well. We also have some corporate sponsorship, but we're looking for more because we want to put security lighting out here, potentially making it a 24/7 park, but mainly for the security and keeping the places safe and family friendly, even into the night, and especially in the winter when it gets dark so early. And it'll be about a 1-acre park. It'll have 3 yards. It'll have a small dog yard and 2 large dog yards. And we rotate the large dog yards for chemical purposes to keep both yards in healthy shape. And it should go up hopefully before the end of 2018.
Savory smells filled the air in Owensville on July 28th as competitors took to their grills hoping to wow judges in the 24th annual Kingsford Barbecue Cook-Off. The event, sponsored by Clorox Kingsford, is held annually as part of the Gasconade County Fair. Leanne was there.
We've been doing this cook-off for 24 years, and it's great for public to come out and see our company, and it really gives us a chance to interact with the community. It's a fun day. It's free to the public to come and barbecue for us, and our workers come out and help, and it's a real family event.
I have worked for Kingsford for 23 years. I've been competition cooking since 1999. These local contests are actually my favorite contests to do. You get everyone from your backyard grillers to your professional grillers, so you meet a broad spectrum of people here. Everybody's willing to help. They won't share any secrets, unfortunately, but the flavor profiles that are produced here are actually incredible.
Ronnie Stockton, I've been here to Kingsford Cook-Off for 25 years, never missed a year. It's just a great time to be with family and friends. My wife says my specialty is ribs, and there's my wife, and she bought my grill for me for Christmas one year. The grill was made from a pipeline pipe, and it was custom made by Zumwalt's Construction out of Bell, Missouri. It's got a propane cooker on it for frying fish or whatever you want to fry, and it's got a blower system on it so I can raise and lower the temperature of the pit. It's not the biggest, it ain't the littlest, but I like it. And them are happy ribs.
It's a gravity-fed charcoal cooker. I built it, and it was fun, and it works pretty good.
If you're looking, you ain't cooking.
The firebox is right here. You put your wood at the bottom, and right there's the pipe that comes in. It's consistent. You can keep it the same. So it's going to run until it hits back to 275, and then it'll shut off. One of the neat things about it, it's cool to touch.
Well, they call them ugly drum smokers. I made mine, but now they're some companies are producing them, manufacturing them. They're slicker versions. This one cost me $35 to make, and I've had it about 10 years. And it's ugly, but it works. It's not how it looks, it's how it cooks, right?
And first place for pork steaks is Lee Mangrum. And first place for the ribs division is Old Dad's Barbecue. All right, thanks for coming, everybody.
Finally, it just wouldn't be a recap without a story like this. A West Plains woman has been charged with unlawful use of a weapon after allegedly making a stabbing motion with a katana sword about 3 inches from the chest of her husband. The victim said 40-year-old Christina Silcox was, quote, sick of him meddling with her life. Silcox was arrested on July 22nd and later released on a $15,000 bond. The Phelps County Fair runs through August 4th, and I'd love to see your video of it. If you're out and about and would like a chance to showcase what you saw at the fair, send me that video via our Facebook page or drop by our office in Rolla. Until next time, I'm Matt Wacker. Thanks for watching. The Weekly Recap is brought to you by Rice Chopper, Cooking from Scratch, the UPS Store of Rolla, Bayard Dodge in West Plains, and the Ozarks Medical Center.
In a new study, your local Better Business Bureau is taking a closer look at the timeshare vacation club industry. Better Business Bureau investigators have read and analyzed more than 900 complaints received since May of 2015 against timeshare-related businesses in this BV service area. Consumers reported to BV losses of thousands of dollars, saying they felt highly pressured by aggressive salespeople, in addition to believing that they've been duped by deceptive sales practices. Consumers also say that the businesses failed to release them from contracts and issue refunds, and they were also very difficult to communicate with, and that overall consumer service was very poor. Now, often the business owners have responded to us saying that they are doing nothing wrong. They're defending their sales tactics and pointing to contracts that consumers sign as proof of the customer's commitments. One of the functions of BBB is to monitor the marketplace and inform the public of questionable, deceptive, or unfair practices. Many consumers first learn about timeshares when they're vacationing. Timeshare agents often utilize marketplace companies to help them get people through the doors. Travelers looking to visit Branson may do a simple internet search for vacation packages in Branson, which often bring up a number of different options. Now, often consumers will contact the companies offering those packages, and they'll be given a chance to get a discounted rate on their lodging or show, and they'll also be offered other deals if they agree to stay for a presentation and attend it during the duration of their stay. Consumers usually are told that these presentations will last approximately 90 minutes. The consumers are typically promised various gifts, including meal vouchers and discounted show tickets for participating in the seminar. This often is when sales representatives make their marketing pitch for timeshares or travel club memberships. Hoping to capitalize on the consumer's excitement of being in the area, the sales representative makes the pitch that the consumer can enjoy the area every year if they just want to go ahead and buy a timeshare. What is often lost in the consumer in their moment of euphoria is the long-term effects of signing that contract, in addition to the upfront costs of purchasing the timeshare, which can be tens of thousands of dollars, including regular maintenance fees, costs that are raised to the seller without even notice to the consumer. Now, here's some consumer tips that you can look for. Look on the secondary market first. If you are interested in buying a timeshare, you may save thousands by buying on the resale market. Be fully aware what you are purchasing and by whom you are purchasing it from. Make sure you have in writing the terms of the sale and you understand what each side is paying at closing cost. Now, go ahead and read the contract carefully and ask questions of the seller. Do not bow to pressure. Take time to think about your decision. There is nothing that says you have to sign up the first thing that is shown to you. Let the deal breathe before you figure out if it's right for you. Of course, do your research. Compare travel savings with online travel services or local travel agents. Also, check out the company with BBB at bbb.org.